Look Back had me feeling more emotion in 50 minutes than most anime do in over 24 episodes. If you're an artist, I assume you've already watched this movie, because if not, what are you doing? We open on this short manga strip written by the elementary school Fujino. You know, she's always getting praised by her classmates for how well they're drawn and just how funny her comics are. And just like many of us starting a new hobby, like art at a young age, we think we're naturally talented. I know that was especially the case for me. My art career started off real strong, you know, with a piece I like to call The Very Malnourished Caterpillar. This was a completely new and innovative idea, and what can I say? The critics loved it. Then as I got older, I started obsessing over Pokemon drawing and anime even more than I already did. I remember this piece taking hours and I still hated how it turned out. This one's probably my favorite. You know, it's got my favorite Pokemon in there. And that one, well, that's just a picture of my cat. But one night, something happened that completely destroyed me. From then on, I just dropped the pencil and I never looked back at drawing as a hobby. What was that traumatic moment, you might ask? Well, I was browsing Facebook one night and I saw a drawing that just looked objectively better than mine. Now, this was by a friend who was kind of the same age as me, and at that point I had realized that none of my drawings had even come close to how good his were. After months and months of drawing, I was hit with the realization that, like, damn, I really fucking suck, huh? And imagine my surprise when I'm sitting in the movie theater watching Look Back, only to see Fujino going through those exact same emotions of inferiority and of people praising someone else's clearly superior art, and in this case even dissing her art. It feels crushing. It makes you think, why bother drawing? What purpose is there in making something when it's just easier to look at cool art instead of making it? Look Back answers those questions and had me thinking back to when I loved drawing and creating my own art, remembering how much effort it took to color or shade things, how good it felt when someone acknowledged my work, or how dejected I would feel when a piece just didn't live up to my standards. This movie had me unlocking core memories and fighting back tears in the theater, and by the time the soundtrack swoops in to deliver that last emotional gut punch, whoo boy, it took everything in me to not just start bawling in the theater like the lady behind me. This movie is accompanied by some of the most luscious piano melodies by Haruka Nakamura. He did an amazing job with the soundtrack, and some truly amazing animation by Studio Durian. If you are an artist, go watch this movie. If you like anime or manga even just a little bit, go watch this movie. If you are a human that is alive and you have any sort of soul, go watch this movie. And judging by how good it was, I can already tell that the Oscars are gonna snub Look Back, just like the time Boss Baby was nominated over A Silent Voice.
Nominees for Best Animated Feature Film: The Boss Baby.
Fucking Boss Baby. You can tell that director Kiyotaka Oshiyama really leaned into Tatsuki Fujimoto's art style, who also wrote Chainsaw Man if you didn't know. Apparently, Oshiyama even asked Fujimoto questions like, what kind of chair do you use? How do you sit in your chair? How do you hold your pens and pencils? What kind of snacks do you eat while drawing? Personally, I eat Cheetos. And after watching Look Back, I immediately went to go read Fujimoto's original one-shot, which perfectly conveyed why we love the process of making art. And although the movie does touch on those themes a lot, to me, the movie almost felt more like a celebration of the effort that every artist puts into their work, and just recognizing that effort, especially since anime is such a collaborative medium with so many different people involved in a single project. You could just feel the passion from everyone bleeding through the screen. I genuinely felt like the air was electric with just how excited everyone involved in this project was to share it with us, or at least that's how I felt when I was watching it. If you're in the United States, I'm pretty sure all movie screenings of Look Back also have an interview after the movie with the director and two of the voice actors, which was one of the best viewing experiences I've had after a movie. It felt like I was watching a documentary on how they made the movie right after I'd watched the movie, which was great. He even talks about AI at the end and how he wanted the human intention in every shot to shine throughout the entire movie, and I think he executed amazingly. So if you do watch the movie, I 100% recommend you stick around to the end to hear what they had to say about creating Look Back and the creative process and art styles they used and what the voice cast was told to say and do. And apparently Fujino's voice actor was a complete novice. This was her first time voice acting, but I don't know, she completely sold me on the very ambitious and lonely Fujino with some amazing scenes. Same with Kyomoto's voice actor, she killed it too. And although I would love to give this movie a perfecto 10 out of 10, I unfortunately have to dock a point for the pacing. I really do think an extra 15 to 20 minutes would have gone a long way in making this not just a better viewing experience, but like a more whole emotional experience. So I give Look Back a 9 out of 10. Alright, now it's spoiler time. Click off if you haven't seen the movie yet. Seriously, this was probably the best anime movie I've seen since December 2023 when The Boy and the Heron was released. So go watch my video on AI anime or something, and yeah, I'll see you later. Spoiler time! In the manga, the ending works great because all these moments are kind of just snapshots in time, you know, reminiscing over Kyomoto's and Fujino's time together. In the anime, they kind of just color these panels in and place them over each other, and honestly, I think if they were just animated slightly, like in slow motion or something, it would have impacted me 20 times more. It was kind of weird to me that they were just showing still images at the very end. It felt like it didn't hit me as hard as I would have liked. I also would have liked more of the mini 4-comma comics to get their own animation, like the first one, because all of them are equally as funny, if not some of them are even more funny than the first one. Regardless, we really just needed more time for the movie to sink in, I think. But still, Look Back is probably my anime of the year as of now. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and watch my other videos if you haven't already. And that's all I have for you guys. Peace.